through a grated window. A soft breeze whistled through it, sending a shiver down Elwyn's spine. She clicked the door shut behind her and set the bottle and the saucer on the floor, freeing her hands to search her satchel for a tinderbox and candle. Crawling things scurried between the wooden wall planks as the space filled with a flickering yellow light. "I've seen worse," she muttered. The room was hardly smaller than her grayscale dormitory had been. A lumpy mattress and an overturned crate were the only furnishings. A pillow rested at the mattress head, while a single quilt, which Elwyn could only guess had once been white, was wadded into a pile at its foot. She fanned the quilt out and sat atop it, grateful to have a bed at all. The past 2 weeks without one had left her with a crick in her neck. She pulled a rag and some bandages from her bag, then used some of the whiskey to wash her wounds, wincing at the sting of it. After, she ran the damp rag over her blade, restoring its inky luster. She hadn't expected bandits to waylay her on her way through the local woods. But then, those bandits hadn't expected her dagger to burst into violet light and rot their flesh at a touch. So she supposed everyone had been a bit surprised. Well, almost everyone. "It would have been worth a day's journey to go around the woods," Elwyn said, eyes narrowed to make her irritation clear. This was not the first time Luatha's advice had proven inconvenient. "Did you know we were walking into an ambush?" A reply, soft and lilting, came instantly.
"I speak the truth, but never plainly. The war you waged, was it not one? You asked directions, not for safety. Fret not, this was all in good fun."
Elwyn pointedly ignored Luatha, giving Gila a final inspection. The dagger was as beautiful a sight as ever, its crescent curve and intricate runes unmarred by scrape or scuff. She had named it after the Resian word for moon, which was fitting given the blade's shape and, on occasion, its glow. It had seemed silly at the time, considering Elwyn had never been to Resia until now. But then all grayscale icons were named in Resian. The father had long claimed the language was endowed with power from the unseen. In Gila's case, it might actually have been true. Elwyn turned the dagger over in her palm, hardly feeling the weight of it. After all this time, it was an extension of herself. More than that, it was a friend. "Perhaps Gila is my only friend," she said, still spiteful at the day's perfectly avoidable misadventure. She tucked the blade beneath her pillow, hilt on the right, as she did nightly.
"If you endured no struggle, you'd most surely go insane. My blessings may be mixed, but you have no right to complain."
Elwyn chuckled. "That's assuming I'm not already insane." She knocked back the remaining whiskey. It was raw, cheap, and it burned through her like a wildfire. She had never built up a tolerance for strong drink, considering it the enemy of both perception and precision. But tonight she would not need either. Tonight, she just needed rest, and that was a far more elusive thing. She set the empty bottle on the ground beside an equally empty saucer. "I'm not the only one who needs help sleeping, I see." No response. Elwyn yawned, falling back to the pillow and reaching beneath it to clutch Gila's hilt. Her body ached, her eyelids drooped, and her resentment was melting away at an alarming rate. "Good night, Luatha," she muttered, knowing the next day would bring a brand new misadventure. Brannon. The moon was full and bright. A single cloud, gray and opaque, passed in front of it, cloaking the stately mansions of Ebensburg in evanescent shadow. It was the moment Brannon had been waiting for. He leapt from his rooftop perch into the branches of a nearby elm. The leaves rustled softly, much too softly to alert those who guarded the Stanley estate. Hardly distinguishable from the night itself, the grayscale alias Black suited Brannon well. He wore leather armor, dyed dark and tailored for fluidity, and he'd pulled his raven locks back into a sleek